Hello, and thanks for watching the Ideal Home Show YouTube channel. My name is Wayne Perry. Now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Owning a property isn't just about collecting rent. It's about maintaining and preserving value over time. Whether you're a landlord, a property manager, or a homeowner, managing your property correctly can save you thousands, while neglecting key maintenance tasks could cost you big. Today, we're joined by Timi Phillips, founder and CEO of Poised Concierge, a luxury property and lifestyle management service. Timi specializes in property maintenance, and she's here to share her top 3 property management pitfalls that could end up costing you money. In this episode, Timi will explain why gutter maintenance is essential, the importance of regular boiler servicing, whether you're a tenant or a landlord, and how to choose and maintain a reliable list of suppliers for all your home repair and maintenance needs. Timi also has bonus tips on how to avoid overpaying for home insurance and when to get your gas safety checks done. It's all about making smart, proactive choices to keep your property in top shape. Let's get into it.
So my name is Timi Phillips from Poised Concierge, and I've been managing property for 20 years. And I've had lots of stories, a lot of experiences, but I'm going to talk you through the 3 common pitfalls of property management that could cost you or save you money. Number 1 is gutters. Usually people don't think about gutters because it's not a very sexy topic, but it's one of those things. Is like blood pressure. When it goes wrong, is really, really bad. So a gutter is one of those things that you have to clean at least once a year, ideally twice a year, but it would vary from where you live to the kind of roof you have. But the reality is, if you don't and it rains, water has nowhere to go. And the thing about water is water will always find a place to go. And where it ends up going is through the walls, and that's what causes damp stain. But far worse, the foundation could be compromised. And some of these things you'll either find out when you've got a damp stain, which will cost money to do, lots of money, sometimes you're talking thousands. But the worst bit is if you're trying to sell and they have a survey and then they realize that the foundation has been compromised. At that point, there's not much you can do. Repairing it will cost you money, the buyers might pull out, or they'll negotiate to have the price brought down. So that's the first thing. Will cost you money to not have it fixed. The second one, again, not the most sexy thing, is your boiler. Now, having your boiler serviced annually is a legal requirement as a landlord. But as a tenant, do you really care? Yes, you should. Because if it's not performing well, then that means energy efficiency, which means bills are higher, and anything that can help for you to enjoy the house through performance and enjoy the house because it's not costing you money. And as a tenant, it's something that you should be concerned about. From a landlord's perspective, if you don't have a service, apart from being a legal requirement, then the system doesn't actually last that long. You're going to have to do emergency repairs or even fix it. But worse still, if it's not serviced, then the actual system will be out of warranty. Which means even if you reach out to warranty to have it fixed, they'll tell you if you haven't been servicing it, then your warranty is void. The last thing is something no one really thinks about. Now, despite all the maintenance, despite all the things you do, things will still go wrong. But how do you then prepare for it? And the best thing to do is to have a pre-vetted list of suppliers. Yes, if you have boiler, you need to have an engineer on call. If you have electricity, I'm assuming you do, have an electrician. So literally have a tradesman for every item in your house. Why? Because if you're selling in the Maldives and something happens to your property, that's not when you want to spend your holiday time going on Google to go find who to contact. But if you already have somebody on call that you've already researched, that you've vetted, that you've checked, that you're sure they know what they do, that they've got the right warranty, they've got the right insurance, then you can calmly, confidently book somebody to go and have it fixed. Or you can have a friend get them in to book it. Now, it's not just getting one supplier per trade. We always recommend at least 2 to 3. Now, why 2 to 3? I would say the first 2 should be like a mom and pop, like a small outfit, because what happens in that scenario is you can have the same person come around who knows the system, they can do it well. However, the third one should ideally be a big company. Why? If you've got an emergency at 3 a.m., the bigger outfit, the bigger firms are able to hand you somebody 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever time, within like 1 to 2 hours. A smaller outfit, yes, you get the same person. John comes every time, but John is only one person and John can't come every time. So what happens then? So having 3 suppliers per trade is what we always recommend, because that way, if anything does happen, in spite of everything you've done, you're prepared, you know who to call, there's peace of mind. And while you're in the Maldives, you can just make a phone call and someone is there and you can have that peace of mind and you do know what they're going to do and you come back to a house that's been fixed, as opposed to a cowboy that screwed things up and you have to pay twice to have it fixed. If you have a boiler, for instance, having a plumber that you've already vetted is the best way to ensure that if it's done well. But most importantly, they're insured. They've got a kind of warranty. That means some suppliers will have like a 1-year warranty if they fix anything. So you know if anything happens in that 1 year, they can come back and fix it at no extra cost to you because they've got the right warranty. And when you're choosing a supplier and you have a supplier list that you've already vetted, you have the time when you're not rushed, when it's not an emergency, to compare prices, to ensure they've got the availability, to ensure that if you call them at whatever time, they can send you the right person to deal with it. So either way, it saves you the risk of hiring the wrong person that will cost you more time, more stress, cause more damage, and you have to call somebody else to fix their mess. And it's not a good idea. So with maintenance, sometimes it's not just about getting things done, but it's knowing when is the best time to get things done. So having your boiler service in the dead of winter is too late. Having your boiler service, say, end of summer, early autumn is the best thing because you need it to be working before the cold season approaches. So a lot of these things is about knowing when to do it. With your gutters, spring and autumn is the best time before the rainy season and as the leaves are falling. And with your gas safety as well, we will recommend doing that before the cold seasons. So with whatever maintenance you have, speak to your supplier, speak to your tradesman and ask them when is the best time to get it done. For boilers, definitely before the cold season. Same thing with the gas safety, gutters would be spring, autumn to get it done before the rainy seasons. For certain things like your electricity or for your drainage, there is no particular time. One other thing about as well is your insurance. Now, most people just renew their insurance without really checking, but you should always check a few things. One principal thing you need to check is the rebuild value, not the value of the property itself, because the rebuild could be different. And because the regulations do change, don't just instantly just renew your insurance. Always speak to a broker and question and interrogate and ensure that you are covered. And these days, people travel a lot. Just make sure if there are any clauses that require you to do any extra things. If you're traveling away for 3 months, you're also covered. So the worst thing that could happen with your insurance is to find out that because you haven't actually met certain requirements, you are not covered. So number one, never ever just automatically renew your home insurance. Check with the broker, ensure that the rebuild value is accurate, because the difference between the market value and the rebuild value, it could be more, it could be less, and you don't want to be paying more because they're doing it based on the market value as opposed to the rebuild value. So never ever just automatically renew every year. Check, speak to a broker and interrogate all the key things. Ensure that you're doing the right thing to stay within your insurance and not voided.
There you have it. Timi's expert tips can help you avoid costly mistakes and keep your property in prime condition. To recap, gutter maintenance every 6 months is key to protecting your property. Boiler servicing is a must to prevent major breakdowns and keep your home safe. Always have a pre-vetted list of reliable suppliers and aim to have at least 2 to 3 suppliers per trade for peace of mind. Plus, don't forget about gas safety and home insurance. These small steps can save you big in the long run. With Timi's advice, you can manage your property more efficiently and with confidence. For even more valuable insights, check out Timi's expert services at Poised Concierge or dive deeper into property management on her platform. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more tips on how to manage your property like a pro.